Hi everyone, good morning. Can you see my screen and can you hear me? For today, I cannot turn on my camera because I have connection problem. I haven't. Okay, so today I won't turn on my camera as I have a problem with my connection. Okay, so now in my screen, I'm sharing, we're still under the UI chapter, under chapter 2, user interface. Okay, the layout. So if you notice from our previous chapter, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, we are still under UI. Why? Because like I said, for mobile application, in this context, after the function, people are going to see what is your layout, what is your UI, okay? And then to develop a good mobile application, you should apply a good UI into your mobile application. So here, user interface. I think only two students is not are not here. It's okay. So yeah, under 2.3 here, okay, menu, notification, and design. Okay, I think you're familiar with menu. You know what is menu. Okay, in mobile application, of course, we have a guideline on how to design our menu, and then for notification as well. So this is our objective for today for this chapter. As you can see, we have 74 pages. Actually, if you already go through this lecture, this is not 74 pages because they have an example and a script. That's not really, but I don't think for today we can manage to complete everything in one day for 74 pages. Okay, so the objective for today is create menu. How you can apply the menu in your mobile application, the toolbar, and then use toast, snack bar, and notification. This is what we're going to see today. What is toast, snack bar, and notification? However, toast and snack bar is like message. Usually, it will be at the bottom of your mobile on your mobile application, and it will be disappear. For example, when you want to send email, you will receive a message. It will appear like sending email or save message as draft, and it will disappear after a few seconds. You will see later. Okay, that's toast bar and snack bar. Notification, I think you know what is notification. And then the UI, design UI, user interface for everyone. This one we are going to see the UI for the mobile application, of course, and then make apps more accessible. Okay, so this one, I think we have for this page, I add this one. Okay, so this is the example of menu. Like I said, I think all of us are familiar what is menu, regardless what is the content here. This one in my example here, I have menu with favorite, payment info, promotion, free shipment, help. Okay, this is example of menu. This one usually is a sidebar. Usually it will be on the left. The menu usually will be on the left. But I've seen an application, the menu will be on the right. That means this part, this menu will be on the right. But not many applications have that. It's like the latest one, but still people prefer to make the menu here on left side. Last time they create the menu on the top of the page. On the top of the page, but that one is last time. Now people are going for this left side. Okay, so here menu. Okay, so here is example. Here is the example for menu. So presents action and option to user. Okay, menu. Yes, menu. We can click on menu, the content of the menu. Okay, so it presents, and of course the user can interact with it. That means the user can click on the item in the menu. So presented using the toolbar widget. This is what we call as a toolbar here. Okay, So here, this is what we call as drawer. Okay, usually when you click, it is clickable. This one, this icon, this is what we call icon. When you click this icon, usually it's not usually, something will appear. Okay, this is what we call drawer. And this one is just the title. So here, this is not a complete screenshot actually. However, this one is the sheets page. For title, okay, it is very important because you have your assignment, right? So for your title, on that particular, on any particular title, on title on any particular page, make sure the title that you pick reflect the content of your page. Okay, make sure the title reflect the content of your page. You don't have to use any high level language or high level language of English to make it more like to make you think it's a better term. However, you need to know not all user can understand the term that you use. So make it as simple as possible and make sure it is very important to use a title that reflect the content of your page. For example, your assignment, the ECMO Studio, one-stop center for OKU. Yeah, one-stop center for OKU. So if you want to create a page to display information or, for example, contact us page, for example, make sure you reflect or you use the correct title here. Okay, that one is title. And then action button. So here we have an action button. Okay, action button can be anything. This one is only an example. This one is a search icon. Okay, search icon. And then same goes to usually, okay, but because for Android Studio we have the in library already. But if, let's say if you need to create an icon, or yeah, if you need to create an icon, make sure it is same with the title just now I said. Make sure the icon reflect the function. So here we have search button, sorry, icon, search icon. Okay, so search icon is one of the action buttons. So this one is the search icon. And make sure you place the search icon on the right position. Okay, so search icon usually will be on the top right, like what you see here. Don't put this on the bottom left of your page. That's not a good UI. And then here you have this file icon. This is another icon, another action button. That means the user can click something and it will return something. So if they click on this, they should find, or they should return maybe find field, and then if they click this, maybe they will pop up something. And then lastly, we have overflow menu. So when you click on this one, usually like on the small it's not message, small menu will appear. Okay, so this one is an example of menu. So here's example why use the menu. So here, as you can see, we have Google Play, YouTube, and what is this, Facebook? Yeah, Facebook menu. So this is the different on the how they design the menu. Okay, so this is a guidance. So if you remember, like I said, in UI, there's no specific way to design. Okay, there's no right and there's no wrong in the UI. However, we have a guideline, and to produce or to develop a better product, in this case, maybe your assignment, your mobile application, to develop a good mobile application, you need to have a good UI. That means you need to follow the guidance. So here for the menu, we also have the guidance. So for guidance on prioritizing actions, we have this guide. FIT, which is frequent, important, and typical. Okay, so this is the guidance on how you should display your menu. Next is here, context sensitive menu. So what is context sensitive menu? Context sensitive menu is a list or it is usually appear in response to a user action. Okay, that's mean, for example, here we have the first, what is this? This one, the first one. Okay, context sensitive menu. That's mean it appear when the user, or it is appear in response to the user. For example, this one, maybe the user right click on this to copy this page, and then this one is when the user want to select the, what is this, email. Okay, context sensitive menus. That means it is appear when the user respond. Sorry, when the user click on something, so your application respond to the user request. Okay, so here we have a script on how to specify the action in XML. Okay, so here, this one is my comment. I wrote this one. If you can see here. Sorry. Okay, this one is your ID, icon, and title, action favorite, and this one is the show as action if room. Okay, if you compare this first, sorry, this first part, the first item, and the second item, the difference will be on this one. App show as action, this one if room, and this one as never. Okay, what is the difference between these two? So for these two, okay, for the first one here, this one, okay, common for action, that's mean this if room. Okay, what does it mean by if room? That's mean the action will be displayed as a button if there is a room in the application. Okay, so action will be displayed as a button if there's a room in the application. Okay, this one is if room, different with this one. This one is never. So what is the difference is for this one they will only listed in the menu. However, it won't show in the, sorry, it won't show in the app bar. Okay, this one they will show if there's a room for it, and this one they won't show in the app bar. Okay, so this is the difference of the script. Common for action. Sorry, this one is common for action. So next is the icon, download action bar icon. Like I said, we have many icon. Just now is only on the search icon. Okay, so for your mobile application, if you want to develop your mobile application, you need to know which one is the right icon for you to use in your layout. Okay, this one is the common one. I've seen one page, they listed like so many icons. I don't even know what's the function of the icon, because yeah, if you go to the find the list of icon, actually there's many icons. Some of it maybe you don't have, you never use the icon. Okay, so this one listed here is the common one. So to best match the Android iconography guideline, you should use icon provided in the material icon site. Usually for icon, okay, usually for icon, you just, they already have the library. That means the icon already come with the function. You don't have to write from scratch. Okay, for example, this one, okay, this one, the first one is star icon. That means we are going to mark this one usually on email. Okay, you're going to mark on important email maybe. Okay, so usually this one we just need to use the icon. Okay, they already save the function in the library. You don't have to write, you don't even have to create the logo, the icon on your own. But for this one, if you need to develop the one that from scratch, you need to create a new function with a new icon. Make sure again the function, the icon that you use reflect the function of the icon. So for example, here, this one is for email, start, that's mean, yeah, mark on the important email. This one is send. This one, I'm not sure what is the function. This one is trash. This one is find. This one is refresh. And read email, and attachment. Okay. So that is the example of action bar. So action bar, usually people, instead of button, we can use button actually. Okay, if you notice, let's use this one for an example. Search, find action. We can use button actually. That's mean create one button with the function find or search. However, if you use this one of the reason why people use this one is because of user experience. People are familiar with this icon. And then next is maybe you can, in terms of space in your page, if you need to create a button, it will take space. But if you use this icon, it will reduce the space in to make it less crowded in your layout. Okay, so that's why people use icon. So for your application, for your assignment, I expect some icon. You can use with the simplest one in login page. Okay, login page. Maybe you can use any proper icon on your login page. Okay, that one maybe you can search later. That one only suggestion how to apply your icon. Okay, so this one is up to this page. Is there any question? If not, I will say no question. Okay, so this one is adding a button. Okay, adding an up button, the up button. Okay, if you remember, before I go to this slide, if you remember last, I don't remember in which chapter, but I do remember I explained the and the back, up and the back button. Okay, so here, the up button. So help user to find the way back to the app's main screen. So there's a difference between up and back. Up and back. Up, that's mean here. This one is an up button. So help the user to find the way back to the app's main screen. The main screen, the landing page of your application. For back button, okay, let me recap with you. For back button, it will take the user to the previous page. If you remember the concept of stack, maybe you need to open your lecture notes. So the concept of stack. So for back button, it's going to take the user to the previous page. For up button, as stated here, back to the app's main screen. So here we have a term, a child activity. A child activity must declare its parents in the manifest file. So here, what is the manifest file? So manifest file, usually it contains the metadata. Metadata for a group. Okay, for example, it will declare who is what the like parent-child relationship. Okay, so it going, yeah, stated here. The child activity must declare its parent in the manifest file. Like I said, in this manifest file, usually it contains the metadata. So the metadata contain the relationship where they declare this is the parent and this is the child layout. Okay, so this one is the example of up button in the email. In the email layout. Okay, so remember manifest file, they contain metadata. So usually in the metadata, they declare the child-parent relationship. Okay, so add a button for low-level activities. I think I added comment here. You can see, right? Is my screen stuck? So here is my, okay, so add a button for low level activities. So this one in the body of activity. So this is a process where you declare the child parent activity. Sorry, this one is not activity actually. Hmm. Actually, basically, this is a process. This is the part where you declare the relationship. Okay? Yeah, this is the process where you declare the child-parent relationship. So here, as you can see, okay, Android name, label. Okay, so this one is the parent activity name. Okay, so like I said, metadata, the one that I mentioned just now in your manifest file, you, here in the manifest file, usually it will contain the metadata. So like I said, metadata usually we will declare, you need to declare the parent and the child. So here, this one is my, the parent patch, Android name. This one is the parent. Okay, so you declare this one as the parent to your application, to the patch. Okay, so remember, just remember the metadata. You don't have to, yeah, you need to understand what is metadata. So in metadata, one of the part is the content, or where you can declare the parent-child activity. Wait, my PowerPoint is not responding. Give me a moment. My PowerPoint is not responding. Give me a moment. My PowerPoint is not responding. I think I need to close. Better. Sorry. So you can see right my screen now on the page where I stopped just now. So this one is for the up button just now. And as you can see, you have the metadata part. Metadata part, like I said, it is a part where you declare the parent. Okay, so for low level activities, but before we move on, low level activities is like on the next page. For example, from the main menu, okay, from the main menu, uh, I want to go to the description page, for example. So from main menu, I need to go to the next page, and then from this next page, I need to go to the third level. Okay, that's mean three level already. Main menu is the first page, first level. The next page is the second level, and then from the second level, you need to the third page. So that's what we call as the low level activities. So if you remember in the previous slide, what is the function of up button? Up button, it will take the user to the main page, landing page. So here, okay. So this one is the parent. So that's why you need to decide, you need to declare who is the parent. So when the user click on this up button, they will take the user directly to the main page, to the parent page, the main page just now. Okay, so this one is in the next slide. Question: why the menu is an important UI component for mobile application, and what is the main purpose of setting up the button? So the first one here, why the menu is an important UI component. This one is because for mobile application, this one is important for the navigation. Okay, navigation, I already explained, we already touched the navigation part on the previous chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, second one is the main purpose of setting up the up button. Like I said, the up button. Okay, up button, it will take the user to the main page. That is the reason of up button. However, up button is not the back button. Up, it's going to take to the main page. For the back button, it's going back to the previous page. That is the difference. You should know what is up and what is back button. So here is the next part, which is those snack bar and notification. Earlier, it's not explain, I like give you idea what is toast and snack bar. So toast and snack bar is like a message. Usually it will disappear after a few seconds only. Okay, toast and snack bar, like when you want to send email, yeah, when you want to once you already click on the send icon, the message will appear, sending email. Or if you write the draft of the message, or you write the draft of the email, it will appear something like message saved as draft. Okay, that's the snack bar and notification. Here we have an example of those here. Okay, so here, sending message. Like I said, it's a message that will pop up. However, only for few seconds. So simple feedback about an operation in a small pop-up. Feedback, that means once the user already click on something or request for on something. Request, for example, if the user requests to send email using an icon. Okay, a feedback, that means this application already processed your request to send email. So it only fills the amount of space required for the message. Okay, it only fills the amount of space required for the message. So it only takes part of the message in your memory. And then this one is only the value of your message. So those make test application context, your text, those length short and show. Okay, so this one is only if you have this function. If you want to make but this one is very I won't say this one is very important. However, if you refer back to this first point here, simple feedback, even though it is simple, but it is quite important because this one is telling the user. For example, now here sending message. Okay, if you don't have this tools, once you already click the send icon, for example, you won't know what is the current process. If the application already sent your email or not. So this one is quite important, even though it is a simple feedback. Next is snack bar. So this one, oh, for example, oh no, before we go to this one, I think I have another point here, which is for this one, for toast. Okay, if you have this one sending message, if you have more than one post, okay, this message they cannot display simultaneously. That means this is in stack. Stack, that means they will arrange. Okay, so that means you cannot display the message simultaneously. The application cannot display the message simultaneously. That means they will only display up to one process already done. Okay, it is in stack manner. That means they only process, they only display sending message, or maybe if you have another toast, for example, successful, okay, two toasts, that means it is in stack manner. After this one done, after this process done, then only the next toast will appear. Okay, next is snack bar. So display a brief message. Okay, so this one you can undo. Okay, you can, yeah, undo. So action could be added to snack bar. Action. What is action? Just now, action. Action, that's mean the user can react. That's mean that interact, not react, sorry. The user can interact with the button, okay, with the icon. It's not even icon here. So here the user can interact. How they interact is by clicking this undo. Okay, so snack bar stack concept, like I said just now, if you have more than one, if you have more than one process here, they will only appear after the first one already completed. But this one, usually the process is very fast. If you remember, sorry, if you notice in email, mobile application, it will appear very fast. Okay. However, the process at the back end is in this method, stack concept. That's mean only one after another. Okay. So this one is the value to the ID, view by ID, and then my snack bar set action R, reference, R stand for reference, string undo, this one, string my undo listener action, and then this one is the method to display. Okay, my snack bar workshop. Okay, so that is toast and snack bar. So toast, remember, toast is only a message, but for snack bar, we can add an action icon, action function. Next is notification. I think this one is different with toast and snack bar. Maybe some of you didn't know what is toast and snack bar, but I believe you guys are familiar with notification. Okay, so for notification, we have a few type. Okay, the one that you need to respond, or it's only a message. So that means the user don't need to respond. So what is a notification? So a message display outside your app's UI. So what is the reason people use notification? The first one here is a reminder. For example, the Google Meet. Okay, if you set a reminder, they will pop up. Yeah, a pop-up, a reminder. And then communication from other people. For example, WhatsApp. If you receive a notification, if you receive message, you can receive a pop-up. It's not a pop-up. Yeah, you can receive a notification. And then other timely information from your app. Okay, timely information. if they have any new information, they can make this notification. Okay, for example, if you are the application of Shopee mobile application, they always send notification. So that's example of this one. If they have promotion, yeah, they will send notification, timely information. Okay, this one is the notification on our mobile apps. Okay, so the first one, they separate into three part here. Notification icons appear on the left side of the status bar. So let me zoom first. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, so notification appear on the left side of the status bar. This one is the common design. Okay, this one is your other icon. Okay, usually, it's not usually, all the font that are used, the notification will appear on the left side of my status bar. So here we have what is this, message and email. Okay, message and email icon. That means I received two notifications from message and email. And then this one, a heads up notification appear in the front of the foreground application. Okay, only the heads up, not the whole content of your notification. If you receive here, you receive a message, the first one, they will display who is the receiver and only the heads up message. Okay, for email, usually the title. I think you're familiar with it. Okay, so this one is only the head up notification. This one is the drawer. Okay, when you scroll, so notification in the notification drawer. Notification in the notification drawer. So here you can see all of your notification. So for now I have two, so I only see two in my drawer. Okay, but this one you need to scroll down your bar, and only you can see this one. So here when a toast is more appropriate compared to a notification. What is toast? Toast is the one just now I said. Sorry, toast is a message that will disappear after few seconds. So when toast is more appropriate compared to a notification, when they want to tell the user what is the current process. Okay, so among notification and snack bar, which one should be used to perform this task? Okay, so the function of snack bar, toast, and notification is actually to tell the user or display message to the user. However, it depends on the activity of your application. So this one inform user that the phone internal storage is low. This one usually need the action from user. Okay, need action from user. So this one should go to notification. This one, or message has been deleted from inbox. This one, message deleted. So it should be snack bar. You can try delete email from your message, from your inbox. Then you will receive a snack bar. And then an update has been made available. This one is a notification. How to know when to use notification and snack bar? For snack bar, usually the user don't have to interact. Yeah, interact. For notification, we have few types of notification. So for the critical or urgent notification, like for this one is not critical. However, the user maybe they need to click on OK, or yeah, or something. That means there's an interaction with the user. Same goes with this one. For the B, the user just need to know they already deleted a message. So no action. This one update has been made available. So the user may click on the update. For example, for your phone, if they have my phone, if they have new version, yeah, new version to the, maybe to the OS, they will send a notification like this one. Okay, a new version is available. Please update your system or something. Okay, so remember notification they can they request input from user. Next is design for everyone. Design for the layout for the UI. So up to this page, is there any question? Question. Celine, do you have questions, Celine? Ivan, Calvin Shop, Concan Shop. Who else not here other than Ella? Because we have 13 students. Wong, Wong. Oh, I know Wong. Not the Solomon. Okay, Wong. So up to this page, is there any question? If not, can I proceed? Please raise your hand if you have no question, so I can proceed. Okay, cool. So I will proceed. Design for everyone. Okay. So, okay. Android device. Okay, your device. Okay, Android device come in many shapes and size all around the world. Okay, especially, I think you are aware of this. Almost like, I will say, after, I can say like almost every month, they have new device. Okay, new device, that means they come with a new product, okay, for Android. So we need to tackle this concern. That means when we design application, here when we want to design your mobile application, we need to take this device into consideration. Okay, so we have this configuration, language, screen, version of Android. However, this one is the most common one, your language. Okay, for some application, not all, okay, it is true, not all application have this function. That means they let the user to select the language. For example, you develop a mobile application that is cater for different language, maybe Bahasa Melayu, English, and Mandarin, maybe. And then the screen here is the size of your screen, because of course you can use tab, you can use your smartphone. Okay, they have different size, the screen. And then version of Android. Okay, yeah, we have many version of Android. Lollipop, Red Velvet, what else? Oreo, okay, all the names of food. However, that's the version of Android. You may Google actually. I think around 14. I'm not sure. They have many version of Android. You may Google that. And then for your information, most of the version name they use food. I'm not sure why, but they use food. Lollipop, Oreo, Red Velvet. I'm not sure why. Okay, so design for everyone. Language. Okay, for language, this is for the front user, end user, sorry, end user. That means the user of the application. That means when they select the language, for example, if I select English, all the information or all the wording in your layout should be in English. But for language, let's say I want to develop for 3 language, cater for 3 language. Mandarin is a language, right? So Mandarin, English, and Bahasa Melayu. Okay, this one is only on the front end, what the user see. At the back end, on your coding, you don't have to write in 3 different language. It is the matter on how your mobile, on how your application convert the language. Okay, convert the language based on the selection. So the first one we are going to see is language. Okay, technique, externalize resources, maintain resources independently. So here, like I said, if you want to develop for two, English and Bahasa Melayu, okay, you don't have to write everything at the back end at your source code there in two language. No, you just need to call the code of your country, the file. You don't have to cater everything at the back. So first here, okay, the source code. The source code contain the image, string, layout, and style. Okay, the source code is your code, how you program your mobile application. Okay, so remember, for different language, you just need to call the file, not only for mobile application, for web-based too. Actually, to you don't have to write everything. You don't have to develop different mobile application. Okay, so in the next slide, there's an example how you can call the code of the country. So here, supporting different language. So extract UI strings from your app code and keep them in an external file. Like I said, it's the matter of your application, how they convert the language. Okay, how they convert the front end language into the requested language. So here, this is a file actually in our, this is a file in our Android Studio. Okay, whereas value string.xml hold your string value. So the source code go to the UI layout and then it going to the string. This file, if I'm not mistaken, for our practical this afternoon, we are going to open this file, the string.xml. Okay, so this is the example. Like I said, you don't have to write the code. You just need to call the code of the country. Okay, so here. Okay, so here, this one is my project. This one is the default language. So default language, of course, it will be English. So here, values, you don't have to set any code. By default, it will be in English. However, if you want to convert or if you want to apply here, this one is for span, ES. This one is the code. You don't have to memorize this one. I don't even memorize this one. Okay, so this one is the country code. Okay, ES is for Spain, FR is for France. And for English, we have written English and US. Okay, they have the code. However, this one is for the default. Default language will be English. So if you don't want any of this, oh sorry, that means if I only have this in my application, so I only have one language, which is the English. Okay, so here I call the span and the France for my front end. That means the user can use three language, which is span and span, France, and English. Okay, this one is alternative resources, other method. Okay, other method to call the country here on this line. Oh, okay. On the third line of code here, this one is the same one with the ones now, the default language, which is English. So here I have this script, which is ES stands for span. So contain string resources for locate with the language code ES. Okay, so this one is alternative resources, alternative method. And then this one is the country type, the PNG. This one is a file. Okay. So content icons for local with the span language code and the country code. Yeah. So this one is the alternative resources. Okay. So create local directories and string file. So at runtime, the Android system use the appropriate set of string resources based on the local currently set for the user device. Like I said, it's matter of how your mobile application return the wording, the layout to the user. So at the process runtime, that means during the process, the Android system should reflect whatever language that the user requests. So here I have this source code. Source code, like I said, we only have one source code. One source code. One source code. That's mean if even you have three language, you don't have to write in for these three different language. Okay, no need for that. So here is your UI layout. So your UI layout will be based on what the user requests. So here I have English, Chinese, and Malay. So create local directories and string file. How to create your string file. So here, okay, this one is default, okay? Like I said, values, if they didn't state any country code, yeah, country code, that means it will be in English. So this one is the English. So if you have French in your, if you want to develop for French, you need to create this local directories file. Okay, so this one is for French. So for example, just now in the previous slide, we have English, Chinese, and Malay. So you should have three, sorry, this one is default. Of course, you need this one. And then you need to create another two. Okay, so this one is only the example of the code. Okay, English, like I said, English you have two, but yeah, usually people, because we are Malaysian, right? So I think people only have this one, the UK English. So this one is the default one. ZH, I'm not sure what is ZH stand for. This one for Chinese. So this one for Indonesia, and this one is for Bahasa Malaysia. Okay, this one, if you Google, actually there's not only limited to this one, there's more actually. The one just now is Spain, France. Okay, so you may Google. But this one is for the language, I mean, because last time I developed Kadazan Dusun language application, that one, there's no country code, of course. That one I need to write from scratch. Okay, so if you want to develop your mobile application using the native language here in Sabah, don't find, because there's no such thing in the library. You need to write from scratch. Okay, so up to this patch language code, is there any question? If not, I think we can have 10-minute break before I proceed with the stream resources. No question, please raise your hand so I know that no question. Thank you. So let's proceed at 10 a.m. Okay, so see you in 10 minutes. Hi everyone. Can we start? Are you here? Please raise your hand if you're here. Thank you. So before we proceed with these string resources, back to this one just now, the language code. This one is actually mobile application. It's not only for mobile application, for web-based. Can you hear me right? Oh yeah, not only for mobile application, even for web-based too. This one is one of the like people when they develop the application or yeah software. This is one of the function that they will take that they want to add into the consideration because it can tackle more user. Last time I did use this function, but not with mobile application. I developed for software. I developed last time, if I'm not mistaken, I used English. English, of course, we need English because English is the default language. And then there's because if I'm not mistaken, China and Hong Kong is two different country, right? So I developed. It's not me alone. We have a team. So we develop based on this China and Hong Kong language. I forgot what's the language. Okay. However, this one is one of the function in the system. You don't even know. You don't even need to know the language because they have the file. I didn't even know what. I didn't even understand, but they have a file for it. You just need to call. For mobile application, honestly, I never developed this function. But I think they should be the same. Of course, different script. Okay, so let's proceed with this string resources. Okay, so here value hello string, get string. R like I said, R stand for reference. R stand for reference. Okay, reference string hello. So how to use string array? Okay, before we go to this example, array, if you remember what is array is a collection of an element. So here in this example, they sorry, they are going to use array. So here in my line number 2, resources, string array, name, this is my array that I'm going to use. So here is the element, okay? Element of, here they're using stat. They're using stat as the array. So here, by right, should be all the element inside the array. Whatever element you want to declare or whatever you want to store in the array, you should declare in here. So this one value array is array resources dot get string array. So this one is another example. Example of another array. And then next is design for everyone. Oh, before I move, I just remember something for this one. Okay, for this one, if you ever use, usually this one, okay, for stat, yeah, for stat in Malaysia, I think we have 14, right? I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken here, stat in Malaysia, we only have 14 stat. But if you use country, that means you need to list out all country in the world. I'm not sure how many, I think 100 something. Okay, for this one, you don't have to use array. Okay, for stat, maybe because we only have 14, so that's fine if you want to declare your array. But if you want to declare, oh, sorry, if you want to write for country, 100 something, you don't have to use array. There's another method. That means you just need to write that script and it will call out all, or it will display the list of the country in the front end for country. For stat, should be okay because only 14, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that one just now is for language. So now let's move to screen. Screen here, because we have different version of Android, of course, they come with different size of screen. 13 now. 13 country, we have 13. I'm not sure. Why 13? The last I know is 14. Okay, if you know, please type there. I will read later. Okay, so supporting different screens. So Android categorized device screen using two general properties. Okay, size. So size, small, normal, large, extra, large. Okay, this one is referring to the device screen. Okay, of course, I think usually for mine, I'm using this normal size for my Android, sorry, for my device. Density, density is referring to the, we can relate this to the pixel, how they display the image, how they display for the screen. Yeah, for the screen. So here they have low, medium, high, and extra high. So this one is only the size of your screen. Okay, this one is only just for your information, size of screen, because like in the previous slide, Android categorized device using two general, the size and the density. Size is referring to the literally the size of your device. Density is referring to the pixel, your screen. Oh, the bitmap. Yeah, that's the term, bitmap. So supporting different screen. So declare different layout and bitmap for different screen. So place these alternative resources in separate directories. And then screen orientation. This one is the common one. We can have landscape or portrait is considered a variation of screen size. Yeah. So this is how to create different layout. So create a unique layout XML file for each screen size, and each layout should be saved into the appropriate resource directory name with this name and suffix. So you should declare in this one. Okay, so here it's for large. The layout will be large. And then create different layouts. So the file name must be exactly the same, but their content are different in order to provide an optimized UI for the corresponding screen size. That means it is to fit the size of your device. Okay, so here, override, protected, void, this one, save instead, super save instead. Okay, this is how you declare your how you use, how to cater for different layout. So this one, I think this is not the first time we say this term override. This is actually a function for the superclass to prevent error. Error. Okay, this is a function for superclass. So on create an instance, super on create sub instance set content view the layout. So reference layout dot man. The file the file name. The file name need to be same. However, the content should be different so that it can cater to the size of your device. So create different layout, okay, to cater different size. So the system load the layout file from the appropriate layout directory based on screen size or orientation. Screen size is screen size, and then the orientation is the one just now, the portrait and landscape on the device of your apps. So this one is the example. Okay, from the previous script just now is the large. Okay, so here layout default, this one is for portrait. Portrait layout length, this one is for landscape. Okay, and then this one is for large. This one is for large, but in landscape mode. Yeah, mode in landscape mode. Okay, the same app use a different layout for different screen size. What is it mean? The same app use a different layout. Okay, how they present the patch for different screen size. As you can see, this one is only for the, this one you may refer to the previous patch just now. This one is layout and this one is for another mod, different mod. This one is orientation. Okay, this one is for landscape. Next is support display cutout. What is cutout? Okay, if you notice in your phone, it's not only in your phone, in different phone, they have different position. This one is the front camera. This one is the front view of the device. This one is the front camera of our device. Actually, we need to cater for this one. To cut out is referring to this one. Cutout, yeah. Cutout is referring to this camera. Okay, how you want to display your patch if suddenly you have camera here. This is your camera 2, camera, and camera. Okay, so this one we call as teardrop. And then notch, punch hole in the middle, left and right. Okay, so the cutout referring to the cutout is referring to the layout. When they have this like a camera in your patch. Oh, sorry, yeah, in your patch. So this one is another example. Here, as you can see, only flat screen, no cutout in this screen. No cutout in this screen. Different with the previous screen. You have camera on your screen. This one is a flat screen. This one is only I don't know what is the function. This one is only for image, I guess. Okay, so this one is a flat screen. No cutout. Cutout, right? The name, yeah. There's no cutout in here. For back end, for the back of the device, of course, they won't interrupt with the layout. Actually, now speaking of this, actually, it's not I'm concerned. I am curious. This one is not related to the mobile application. This one is related to the device. I'm just concerned if any of you know why these days, we have like uh, bubble camera, at the back of our phone. I think up to 5 camera already. They install up to 5 camera at the back of the phone. I Googled actually the reason why they do so. It's actually to improve the quality of the photo. But I'm just curious, what's the concern actually why they implement or why they have like 5 boba camera at the back? Why can't they like develop one camera with the same function with all the 5 instead of 5? Why they don't use one? I'm not sure why they do so. Is it because of the design of the device or what? I'm not sure. So if you know, please do let me know. I already Googled actually. I'm still curious up to today. Since the last iPhone, they released the last iPhone device. It's like too many camera at the back. So this one, support display cutout. Like I said, cutout is this one just now. Okay, the camera. This one is actually camera. Okay, we have different cutout from the example. Normal, macro, wide angle, and depth sensor limitation. Yeah, I do understand. No, what I mean is why they cannot develop one single camera with all the functions. If they say they want to improve the quality of the photo, or maybe the camera have different function, why they cannot invent one camera which merge all the function? But I think you have a good point there. Okay, so back to this lecture note. Okay, Android 9 API level 28. API again stand for Application Programming Interface. The function of API is for the communication between application, between to communication. Okay, so here I have a comment in my script here. It's too small. Okay, the cutout mode just now. So default, so the content renders into the cutout area when displayed in portrait mode, but content is letterbox when displayed in landscape mode. This one is by default. And then second is short edge. So content renders into the cutout area in both mode. And for never, content never renders into the cutout area. So this is the script. So your theme, the name, okay, Android window layout in display cutout mode. So here we have three. It's either default, short edge, and never. Okay, the difference is of course on the display. If you use this one, it's default, short edge, or never. Tablet, large screen, and foldables. Foldables is the recent technology. We have I think you know this. We have a device where you can fold. I think the first one last time was Samsung, if I am not mistaken. Okay, so window manager and folding feature. Okay, window manager and folding feature. So so this is some image. Honestly, I never see these two. The first two image here, I never see any device. I'm not aware of this, but these three is, yes, we do. I've seen this three. You can fold, fold, and fold. Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, Samsung was the first developer that introduced this foldable. Last time we do have this kind of font. I don't think you know the font where we can fold, but that one is not the, we can touch the screen. Next is create different bitmap. Bitmap is like okay, provide alternative bitmap resources for good graphical quality and performance. So bitmap is related to the here mentioned quality of the graphic. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one is the baseline. This one is different map. This one is the different bitmap. Of course, they have different performance or different quality of your graphic. Okay, so how to create different bitmap? So place the files in the appropriate drawable resource directory. This is your project. This is a drawable. Okay, mention you need to place this under drawable resources directory. Okay, so this one is based on the, you may refer to the previous slide just now, X, H, DPI, H, M, and L DPI. Okay, different bitmap. As you can see here, they have this PNG. PNG is a, you know, two PNG is a type of file. So the quality of this photo, sorry, the quality of this image. This one, the bitmap, the small cell. Cell is the square here. Okay, different bitmap. Of course, they are written different quality of our layout. Next is versions of Android. Okay, last I check, we have, of course, Android, they already have many versions. But like I said, I think I mentioned just now earlier, I said Android, they use food as the name. The one that I remember last time I used is Lollipop. They have Red Velvet Cake, Oreo, Nugget. If I'm not mistaken, Nugget. Yeah, they use name of food. But of course, different name is because of different versioning. By right, if you download the latest version of Android, they can cater for all the previous version of the Android. Specify minimum and target API level. Okay, so minimum SDK version is the lowest API level with which your app is compatible. That means you can deploy, what's the term? Deploy. You can deploy your application using, oh, that means compatible. That means you can deploy using that version. And then target SDK version, the highest API level against which you design and tested your app. This is your targeted version. You plan to deploy or use the version. Okay, specify minimum and target API level. Okay, like I said, you have different type of version, so you need to specify the version for minimum and what is your target where you want to deploy. I think for mobile application, that's not the term deploy. Deploy is for WebPass. I don't remember what's the term. Yeah, I don't remember what's the term. So in this setting, this is your minimum version, minimum SDK version 16, and this one is your target version. Okay, yeah, to include the latest OS feature. So this one is your target OS, so target version. So in program code, so this one is a version at a runtime. So this one, they are using Honeycomb as a version or higher to use action bar API. So, or higher, like I said, if you go, okay, I'm not sure Honeycomb is in which version, okay, but right, if you use higher than Honeycomb, higher version than Honeycomb, you will be able to run this application. Okay, so this one is the version code is the Honeycomb. Action bar, get action bar, display home, up as enable. Okay, this one is you declare your versioning. Honestly, I never memorized any of the version of Android. Okay, this one is for question. I will let this part for you to think. What is the main challenge in developing Android app? And then what are the resources you need to create in order to make Android a supporting different language? In this slide, I think I mentioned just now, for language, in order to make an image file compatible with all screen size, it is necessary to create it in the best quality possible. Comment on this segment. This one, you can relate with the version that I said just now. But right, when you have the higher version or the recent version of Android Studio, it is compatible with the previous version. So you can relate with this one. So why it is appropriate to set minimum SDK to the lowest version and target SDK minimum version is the one just now. Okay, because it is compatible. And then target SDK is, and the target SDK is for the versioning. What? I forgot this. Oh, this one is the reason to support more Android. No, not this one. To include the latest OS feature. This one is the minimum. This one is the target version. The answer is here. Okay, so this is the question. And then next, make apps more accessible. So up to this page, is there any question? So if no, I will proceed. Accessibility. This one is another attribute. Okay. Attribute when you want to develop your mobile application. This one is not part of the function. Okay. For mobile application, it is same with the system or web based. Okay. They also have the functional and non-functional requirement. So this one is under non-functional requirement. So regardless of ability, user able to navigate, understand, and use an app successfully. Okay, to provide a good experience to the user. Okay, like I said, okay, For example, let's use FYP. Okay, let's say I want to develop a mobile application. Oh, let's use my apps last time. So I developed a learning application, mobile application. But what is the difference between my application with another application, or why people should choose my application instead of other application? Because I provide a good UI and UX. Okay, UX is here. Users are able to navigate, understand, and use an app successfully. This means it is easier for the user, even for the first time user. Because like I said, we have three type of user. First is the first time, the beginner. Second is the, I forgot the term, but it's the middle. That means they have some experience, but they're still new with your application. Last is the expert. Okay, so three level of user. So you need to consider the navigation. What is navigation? Navigation we already touched in our under chapter 2. I'm not sure is last week or the week before. Navigation is how the user want to navigate or how they can go to the page that the intended page. Okay, for example, from the main menu, how the user can get the information about the, maybe if it is an OKU application, how they can get the information about the center. Okay, how easy for the user to get to the page navigation. Okay, for navigation 2, we have a rules. Okay, we have a guideline. That means the user shouldn't click more than last time. The one that I know is three times to get to the targeted page. Okay, readability. Okay, readability, straightforward term. Readability, how easy your application is for them to understand. Like I said in the just now, I mentioned about the title of your page, the icon. Okay, how easy the page for them to understand. And then guidance and feedback. This one is like if they have any comment, any complaint regarding to the application, or usually this one is for enhancement. Okay, the application, the developer, usually they will provide one, but this one is for developer. They will provide one patch or one part, not necessary patch. It can be a part. Usually at the bottom of the patch, they will ask for feedback. They will ask for enhancement, what they can improve in the patch. So first, navigation and the accessibility. Okay, support screen read, support screen readers by UI element. Okay, UI element, we already touched to remember UI element in the previous slide. And then we group the related content together. Okay, it's easier for the user to navigate. So here it's only, I think you're familiar with this. Okay, so this one is the button, the layout, and the text view. Okay, this one is for navigation. And then still under navigation, create easy to follow navigation. And then, okay, so here, as you can see, we have two different, this one is actually referring to the navigation. Okay, navigation. Create easy to follow navigation. Like I said, the user should be able to go to the intended page easily. So if, for example, they want to go to the information about the center, they should easily get, or they should know how to get to the page. And then support keyboards or gesture input. Avoid having UI elements fade out or disappear after a certain amount of time. Create flat navigation structure. Okay, avoid having UI elements fade out after a certain amount of time. UI element can be our button. Okay, I never really see this interface, so I'm not sure how it should fade out. But of course, when we design the button, it should be there throughout the process. Don't set, we shouldn't set time for it. That's mean after certain period, maybe after few seconds it will disappear. Do not do that. And then create flat navigation structure. Flat navigation structure is this one. Okay, it is in flat manner. This one is hierarchy. As you can see, they have level for it. Okay. This one, not necessarily wrong. But for example, this one, if you have, for example, A, B, C, D, E. If this is in the same level, you should create it in the same level. For example, okay, this is your application. For example, this is your application, okay, and then this is your menu. Okay, your menu should appear at the same level. That means you cannot put this menu, for example, the B, you cannot put this menu under menu A. You should make it in the same level. Okay, for this one, you can do this one if this is under different level. For example, here, okay. Uh, what sound is that? For example, here, this is my menu. For example, this is my menu. Okay, let's say this is your A, B, and C. Okay, you can do so, you can do this way if this menu, this page under this menu. For example, the first menu is information, and then this one is description. Yes, you can do so. But if this is the same menu, you cannot do so. Okay, the same level, you cannot do so. That's mean, in easier word, you cannot put main menu under another main menu. Okay, this one is touch, target, large. This one is for navigation. This one is, for example, minimum size 48 by 48 pixel. Space between elements minimum is 8 dp. Oh, oh, okay. As you can see here, they have two different what is this? Two different target. Two different target. Yeah, with different size. Okay, as you can see, this one is smaller than this one. Okay. Of course, you need to design something is fit to your screen, of course, because this one can avoid the user to make an error. Okay, if this is too small, it will be hard for the user. This one too is important for the user experience. This one is the example. Okay, as you can see, two index finger fits snugly inside target edge give visual feedback. Okay, this one we should take into consideration too. So how should the user hold their font? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one is